As a fan of motorsports, I'd like to share one of my favorite drivers' stories. Alex Zanardi was born in 1966 in Italy. Unfortunately, tragedy struck his family with the death of his sister when she perished in a car accident in 1979. After expressing an interest in his friend's go-kart, his parents thought it would keep Alex off the public roads and keep his mind off the loss of his sister. He cleverly used spare parts from his father's plumbing profession and built his first go-kart at the age of 13. Alex said he clearly remembered the first day on the go-kart being the best day of his life. With his father as a mechanic, he began competing locally in 1980 and over the next few years moved up each class of the go-karting circuit. In 1988, he began racing in the Italian F3 series, but 5th place was his highest finish. He began his first full season in the Formula 3000 series in 1991, winning the pole and the race. He lost the title by only 5 points, but he was named Best Italian Driver of the Year, and before the year was out, he was signed on to drive for a Formula One race team. His early career started strong, but due to lack of sponsors, it faded. So he left Formula One in 1995 and soon ended up in the U.S. Alex said he thought it would be easy to get into the new Champ Series, but as an unknown, no one would meet with him. So he switched to Porsche Super Cup racing. He soon caught the eye of Chip Ganassi, who was looking for a second driver in his kart series. I was already a Team Ganassi fan when Alex joined and became an instant fan following him week to week. With the Target Ganassi team, Alex's career took off. He won Rookie of the Year, and his teammate Jimmy Vasser won the 1996 championship trophy. In 1997, it was Zanardi's turn to win the championship title. He was becoming something of a success in America with his enthusiastic personality, and his signature donuts on the finish line were a crowd favorite. A force to be reckoned with, he won his second consecutive championship in 1998. On the heels of this success, Alex was lured back to Formula One, but things didn't work out as planned. He parted ways with the team, taking a break to spend time reflecting on his life and to find his passion for racing again. In 2001, the former engineer for Ganassi asked him to drive for him, and all the elements were there for another championship run. After a slow start to the season, they headed towards the next track in Germany with an optimistic attitude. But the attacks on September 11th happened on that week, giving everyone a sense of apprehension. Zanardi was having a good weekend during practice, and during the race he charged up the field, passing his teammate for first. On his final pit stop, and 13 laps to go, he came out of the pits but spun out on the wet grass, leaving him sitting in the middle of the racing line. The collision split the car in two, taking Alex's legs along with it. The first response team came immediately, making tourniquets from their belts, helping with the massive blood loss. His heart stopped 7 times and he lost 75% of his blood. Fearing he wouldn't make the 40-minute helicopter ride to the hospital, the kart chaplain read him his last rites. During recovery, he realized he was still alive and had a lot to live for. With a smile on his face, he endured the physical therapy, finding his previous work ethic helped him overcome the odds. In time, he was able to walk again. Within 19 months from his accident, he was back in a modified car that he helped engineer, using hand controls for braking and acceleration. He went back to Germany to finish the remaining 13 laps he missed from the accident. It was an amazing moment with David Bowie's Heroes playing over the PA when he returned to the pits. It was an emotional day for everybody, with barely a dry eye to be seen. His amazing journey was such an inspiration for me and my family. We never thought he'd be racing again. In 2005, he competed in the European Touring Cup Championships, winning 4 races and mastering the art of hand pedaling. With the loss of his legs, he also found a new passion, hand cycling. He used his engineering experience, modified his bike to his liking, and set his sights on the London 2012 Paralympic Games. And there he took home 2 gold medals for his efforts. Before the accident, Alex had always dreamed of racing in the Indy 500. With the help of his former teammate Jimmy Vasser, his dream might be realized, as he offered to give Alex a ride with his race team, but nothing is concrete since Alex said he doesn't want to blow his friendship with Jimmy. So keep your eyes open on Memorial Day weekend in 2016, as you might see a familiar face in the lineup.